Good morning, Yankees universe. Welcome back to another episode of the Yankees Morning Brew. I'm your guy Hector. Like always, I am joined by my co-host, Mr. TC Stills. Watch this intro, and we will be right back.
Really, y'all don't know this, y'all in danger. I'm a threat. I'm a gamble with your life, cause you know that it's a bet. You know I ain't letting up, my foot is on your neck. Take my word for it, it's a promise and a threat. Really, y'all don't know this, y'all in danger. I'm a threat. I'm a gamble with your life, cause you know that it's a bet. You know I ain't letting up, my foot is on your neck. Take my word for it, it's a promise and a threat.
Oh, good morning, Yankees universe. Welcome back to another episode of the Yankees Morning Brew on this Friday, July 7th. I'm your guy Hector, joined by my guy TC Stills. All you Yankee fans, wake up and get your coffee. TC, how are you feeling?
I feel like I just went to the circus. What I saw, I mean, my goodness, what have we become? I mean, is this every series, one game a series, we get blown out?
That's what it looks like. It's
man,
especially,
it's awful.
and over these past 4 weeks, when we get blown out, we can attribute it to one thing. It's been when Luis Severino has been starting, right? Before we jump into Luis Severino, I want to shout out the chat real quick, but I saw something on Twitter this morning that summed up how I feel like a Yankee. And I want to share this screenshot with you guys real quick. This right here. This is how I feel right now. This is how I feel right now when it comes to the Yankees. And shout out to my guy Don Sicario for sharing this on Twitter a couple of weeks ago, because I saw someone retweet it this morning, and this is exactly how I feel right now when it comes to these New York Yankees. Let's do a little bit of the roll call real quick before we start soaking in our pain. We got our guy Jonathan in the building. Jonathan, how you doing? My guy, unpopular opinion. Hey, yo, Pop, how you doing, baby? Jerry Cadill, big time
yes,
Jerry,
sir.
how you doing? Anthony Medina de la Isla, my man Medina, how you doing, baby? Oh, you know I love this one. 01LS1Z2ABADX. What it do, baby? Salute, 3 capital S's
How
to
do you
the
pronounce
dome.
that?
I have no idea. D's channel is in the building. D, how you doing? Mr. Sean Browning is in the building.
Sir.
NFE, how you doing? He said, good morning, gents. I just wanted to say hello. I can't stay on, but I'll catch you all next time. Have an awesome day.
All right,
NFE,
NFE.
my guy, salute to you. Avicii is in the building. Ayo, Avicii, we have a Sebi problem. Absolutely, bro. We definitely do. Lorenzo Cardona, how you doing?
Let's go.
My guy Medina said, I said yesterday that if Sevi wasn't on it, it would be a bullpen game. And that's exactly what it was. Oh, Medina, we'll get into that 100%. Sean Browning says Sevi has lost it. He needs to be sent down to work on his mechanics and maybe reinvent himself. Sean, I said it yesterday on Twitter. Luis Severino, he needs to go hang out with Alek Manoah in Florida and figure it out, because I have no idea what's going on with Luis Severino right now. My guy Unpopular Opinion said, I'm ready to rant. Oh, that's what I'm talking about, Pops. Hold on right there. We'll get through the topics so we can have the open panel and everybody will be able to rant. But TC, we got to talk about it. And I'm going to throw it off to you first. Luis Severino yesterday, horrible. I think it was 3 innings or whatever. But according to Brian Holtz, Luis Severino has allowed 40 runs and 42 2/3 innings this season and 9 starts. Last year, he gave up 37 runs and 102 innings, which was 19 starts. Luis Severino has fallen off of a cliff. TC, what's your assessment?
Well, it's either two things. It's either he's injured and he's not telling everybody what's actually going on, or he's tipping his pitches, because this is not Severino I remember. I mean, his pitches are just flat. There's no movement. He's touching 95, 96, but there's no put away pitch. These guys are falling everything off, hitting solid line drives that I wish the Yankees would do. Line drives all over the park. I mean, no, just dribblers. I mean, they're
Batting
just
practice.
tattooing him. It was batting practice extended. I thought, did I miss the, opening? Did the first pitch happen? Because it looks like batting practice. So I don't know. I think maybe he needs a Phantom IL stint. Uh, you know, figure it out. I don't know if they can send him down. I don't even know that if they could do that with him.
Yeah,
But
he has
yeah,
to accept the assignment. I'm not sure if he would accept it because
I
it's not
highly
a
doubt he
rehab.
would.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
Luis
it,
Severino this season, he is pitching to a 7.17 ERA, 42 and 2/3 innings. Opponents, they have a 315 batting average against Luis Severino. They are slugging 560. He has given up 11 home runs, TC. It's
sad.
becoming mind-numbing to watch Luis Severino. And my guy Chris on Twitter, like I said, make sure you guys follow Chris and Brian Hoach. Chris said if everyone is healthy by the time Nestor Cortez comes back after the All-Star break, I think there's a strong argument to be made that Luis Severino should lose his spot in the rotation.
100%.
We don't gotta wait that long. We don't got to wait to the All-Star break. We don't got to wait for Nestor Cortez to come back. I think yesterday that should be the last start for Luis Severino in the starting rotation. Move that man to the bullpen. And even when you move him to the bullpen, I'm not even sure if I trust his stuff in the bullpen, bro. Because yesterday, I'm not sure if you guys noticed it as well, but he didn't even record not even one swing and miss on his fastball.
No,
Luis
that's what I
Severino,
said.
like his fastball was sitting 95, 94. He was pumping 98, 99 miles per hour. He has no late life in his fastball. It has no movement. The opposing hitters, they are recognizing the difference between his fastball and his breaking pitches. They're spitting on the breaking ball and they're launching his fastball.
Well, you brought it up earlier in a show that you said the way he sets, comes to the set. It's fastball and the other one's a curveball. So the other teams are picking it up and he hasn't made any adjustments or that he just doesn't have any good stuff anymore. I don't know. We have Johnny Brito, we have Randy Vasquez, and we have Will Warren also down in the minors that look better than Severino. And honestly, if that's what they could do and move him to the bullpen, he's your middle guy. Like, I mean, I'm not trusting him late in the game. No way.
When you're trying to win as many games as you can with Aaron Judge out, right? When you're trying to chase the Baltimore Orioles and other teams that are ahead of you when it comes to the division and the wild card, Luis Severino, he's a risk out there for you. You can't have that risk out there anymore, right? Like I said, you're trying to make up ground. You're chasing teams. Luis Severino, he doesn't give you the best chance to win games. And Aaron Boone, he's trying to let Luis Severino work it out. He's trying to let him work it out all out there on the field. But how much can we sacrifice? How much do we have enough room to give up? We don't have. We have to win games. We should have won that series against the Baltimore Orioles. We're trying to chase them. We win the first 2 games, and then we split the last 2 games. There was no ground made on when it comes to the difference between the Yankees and the Orioles. Like, what are we doing? We're just punting games at this point.
Yeah. Basically, that's what he did. I mean, the game was out of reach by the time he took him out. I mean, he's 3-4 runs. You got to get him out of there. Don't let him give up 7-8 runs. You see how we score. We barely can score 2-3 runs a game. So, yeah, Boone loves to punt these games. Like, oh, we're okay. Don't worry about it. It's the Orioles. This isn't the Reds or the Pirates or someone like. I mean, this is the Orioles. The guys you're chasing in the standings. So. For him to just have that nonchalant attitude, it just goes to show. Look at the team. The team has the same attitude, so it's terrible.
And it was cute seeing IKF pitch the first 2 times. The first 3 times, it's getting annoying now. It's getting. I think it was his 5th time last night. It's getting annoying now because yes, it's a novelty act. It's cool. Like I said, it's cool the first time. It's cool the second time. You can tolerate it the 3rd time, but the 4th and 5th time, enough is enough.
Now it's a joke.
Now it's a joke. Now it's just embarrassing now. You know, IKF is not Shohei Ohtani. We need to stop trying to push IKF out there to pitch when we're being blown out. Enough is enough. When are we going to actually try to compete in games? Why are you bringing? I understand you got to take Luis Severino out, but if you're going to take Luis Severino out, why are you bringing the bottom barrel of our bullpen into the game? Why is Nick Ramirez the first option? Why is Albert Abreu the first option? Why isn't our main guys out there when we need them to be out there? Instead of us being down 8-0, we could have been down 4-0 with our A1 bullpen guys, and we probably could have came back.
Yeah. Well, you saw how the offense was, so that, I mean, that's a whole different story. So
Yeah, let's give a few
I think
shots.
it's the being down by so many
Mhm.
runs. Everybody, it affects the hitters, and they're, like when I was in Little League, we were down. You're down 5, 6, 7 runs, and you're kind of like, oh my gosh, you
Mhm.
kind of embarrassed. You feel bad.
You're
Major
like,
league players
when
should not feel like that. I mean, come
no,
on, you
no. And then
you're
we'll get to
professional.
Albert Abreu, but Albert
Yeah.
Abreu, after it came out after the game that Aaron Boone said that Albert Abreu has been dealing with a sickness for the past few days.
Oh
So
my
why are you
goodness.
putting him in the game? Why are you putting him in the game if you know he's dealing with an illness? Why are you putting him out
Debbie
there?
Garcia should have been the first one out of the pen. He was the freshest guy. He came up from AAA. Yeah, I don't understand Abreu
And
coming
even
in.
with Debbie Garcia, when he walked like a few guys, I think he walked like 3 batters, if I'm
He
not
didn't give up a run
mistaken.
though. I think he did
He didn't give
okay.
up a run, but he did walk a few guys. But come on,
Yeah.
my guy AK-47 is in the chat. He said, "Morning, guys. Did you guys notice that Boone didn't do a post-game interview? What do you think of the reason for that?" No, he did do a post-game interview, but it was later than normal.
Yeah.
Because it came out. I was watching it like at 11:30, 11:45 at night. So it did came out, but it came out later than normal. AK-47. Pop says, "My biggest problem is not the bullpen because bad outings is due eventually, but the bad defense is inexcusable." Yeah. And it goes
Sloppiness.
back to the front office deciding that they were going to try to be smarter than everyone else and go into the season without a left fielder. It's baseball. It's 162 games. That ball is going to find you. You could take an infielder and put him out there into the outfield. The ball will find you. You could get away with that for 1 week. You could probably get away with that for 2 weeks, but you cannot get away with that for 162 games in a season. You saw it yesterday with IKF. We need someone who can actually play the position of left field. It's not Joey Gallo. It's not Aaron Hicks. It's not Giancarlo Stanton. Heck, it wasn't even Andrew Benintendi. We need an actual left fielder on this team.
Yeah. Yeah. IKF, bless his heart. I mean, he's trying to do everything for this team, pitch and do it, but he can't play left field. You saw the bad route he took to the ball. He's coming up on balls, letting it drop. He's just not. This is not a championship caliber team when you have infielders out of position playing outfield. I mean, it's everywhere. He plays center. He plays right. We got Bowers out there. We got McKinney. We put who knows who out there, and it's just not cutting it. We have guys in our AAA system. They just refuse. Everything's okay, and this is why. Hal, are you listening? This is why we are upset. Okay? Get it through your head why you can't figure out why we're upset. It's because you put guys out there that shouldn't be out there. It's a shame. It's not good for this team.
And like Steve says in the chat, he says, "Stop blaming Bloom. He doesn't have the horses." I'm not blaming Boone for the construction of this roster. The only thing that I'm blaming Boone for last night is if he knew Albert Abreu was dealing with an illness that he's been battling for the past couple of days, why are you putting him out there? You like TC said, you just called up Debbie Garcia. We're down 8-0. If Albert Abreu was dealing with an illness, let Debbie Garcia go out there and pitch. Let Albert Abreu rest. That's the only criticism I have when it comes to Aaron Boone. Last night, Aaron Boone, I don't criticize him for the construction of this roster because he's not the GM. That's Brian Cashman, right? Aaron Boone didn't
100%.
go out there and try to make Miguel Andujar work in left field. That was the front office. Aaron Boone didn't go out there and try to make Clint Frazier work in left field. That was the front office. Aaron Boone didn't decide to come into this season with an outfield construction of Aaron Hicks, IKF, Oswald Cabrera being in left field, that was the front office. So I don't blame Aaron Boone for that whatsoever. That's not why I blame Boone for that.
No, we blame Boone for other things, but not that.
Yeah, we definitely blame Boone for that and other things. And I could bring up Aaron Boone right now. My guy Chris, he said Aaron Boone on his evaluation of the team's left field defense this season. He said it's a little mixed bag overall, but it's probably been all right. They absolutely feel like they have the capable guys who can play there. We don't have the capable guys who can play that position, Boone. And that's my issue. And I know Aaron Boone, he's trying to play this close to the guard as possible. He doesn't want to call out he's not going to call out Brian Cashman in a post-game interview. He's not going to call out the front office and their lack of getting players. So he's trying to say the best thing he can just to answer the reporter's question. So I'm not blaming Boone for any of that, right? But the guy SNY Yankees reported from the post-game conference talking about Luis Severino. This is what Aaron Boone said. He's a great pitcher, and I think physically he's good. That is concerning. It's all on all of us to get it right. Aaron Boone was asked about his concerns when it comes to Luis Severino. I don't know what he's looking at.
What? What is he?
I don't know what he's looking at.
Oh my goodness. It sounds like politician talk to me. It's like just cryptic, and it's like.
And like I said,
about?
the same way he's not going to call out Brian Cashman or the front office, he's not going to call out Luis Severino in the post-game conference. He's going to try to play it as close as possible when it comes to being, like you said, a politician, right? He's going to try to give you that fluff answer. He has to answer these questions. The reporters are going to answer these questions. So he's not going to call out his guys publicly. Now, what he does behind the scenes, behind the doors, in that locker room, we don't know because we're not in that locker room. We're not a fly on the wall. So on the inside, he may be having conversations with Luis Severino. We don't know. That's maybe why the post game was a little bit until it came out a little bit later than it normally does, because he was probably having conversations with people, right? Yeah. So when it comes to that, I can't blame Boone for that because we know he's not going to publicly call out either Luis Severino or the front office. Yeah. He's not that type of guy. If you want to criticize him for the Albert Abreu thing, criticize him for that. But when it comes to the other things, we got to be realistic. He's not going to call him out.
Right. And I think us fans were looking for that. We're looking for him to have a post-game conference and say, you know what? We suck. We suck. We got to get better. And that's what we want to hear. Because honestly, that game yesterday was probably one of the worst as far as pitching, hitting, and fielding. I mean, just sloppiness, not hitting cutoff man and guys doing, running around in circles out in the outfield. You got to finally come to a point where you say, you know what, everybody, we suck and we got to get this straight. But no, he won't, because somehow with all the injuries, they're 8 games above 500, which is a miracle, and Judge is out, and all these excuses, and just the fluff, and Severino's fine, and we're fine, and enough's enough, Boone. Come on, you gotta come out and say it. Just tell us like it is. Come on.
And that's the thing. He's not gonna come out and tell us like it is, right? Because you can't hit that panic button, right? You can't hit that panic button in the middle of the season. He's not, like I said, he's not gonna come out and call out Brian Cashman. He's not gonna come out and call out any of the players. That's not the type of manager he is. And honestly, that's not the type of person he is.
It's on the players.
Yeah, it's definitely on the players to perform. Yeah, it definitely is. But when you look at a play, and it's the perfect segue, because now we got to segue into this major conversation. When you look at our players look old.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten back. The closest we got was 2017, 1 game away from the World Series. We haven't gotten closer ever since 2017. So when you look at our window, when it comes to winning a championship, DJ LeMahieu, he's old, past his prime. Yes. Giancarlo Stanton, old, past his prime. Josh Donaldson, old, past his prime. Anthony Rizzo, old, past his prime. Our window has closed.
Yes.
When you look at the core of this team, yes, Aaron Judge. That's about it. And then you got the other pieces around him, the veterans that were supposed to support Aaron Judge. They're all old. They're just old and past their prime, and they look like they're about to sign up for AARP.
Yeah, you nailed it. I mean, they are. We've seen Donaldson, Stanton, Rizzo all just get old right before our eyes this year. LeMahieu, I'm still lost for words on what happened to him. That's a former batting champ. I mean, what 2-3 years ago, and he's hitting 220. I mean, oh my God, it's unbelievable. And Rizzo, ever since that injury with Tatis in San Diego,
He's falling off a cliff.
he hasn't been the same. I don't know. Something's going on with him.
He hasn't hit a home run since May. I think it was 34 games or 35 games since he's had a home run. And shout out to my guy El Don Sicario in the building, man. Mano de la Isla. We got 30 people in the building. If you guys can, like my brother Pete Seminetti always says, smack it the like button for the boys as we continue this conversation. But yeah, if you guys can, smack that like button. And like I said, shout out to all the new subscribers that has been supporting us. We are sitting at, hold on, let me just make sure I get this correct. We are sitting at 851 subscribers right now. Wow. We are on our way to 1,000. So if you guys can, please support the channel, hit that like button, and smack that subscribe button also. But like I said, Jerry could 1941. It seems like all of our players were born in 1941. That's what it seems like. That's what it seems like right now. They were all born in 1941. They had no penicillin. If they broke their ankle in the back of the days, they would die. That was it. They would get staph infections.
Bite on a rag. Be good.
No, but TC and you know, I know we're making fun of it, you know, but to bring it back to reality. When you look at our window when it comes to winning a championship, it's closed. There's no more. There's no more. That window is closed. Like I said, Josh Donaldson past his prime. He's old. Giancarlo Stanton, who we traded for back in 2018, he was 28 at the time. He's 33 now. He's old. He's washed. DJ LeMahieu, he's old. He's washed. Anthony Rizzo, he's old. He's washed. Gleyber Torres doesn't even look like he's 26. Gleyber Torres looks like he's 32 also. So when it comes to this team and the core that's supposed to be around Aaron Judge, it's closed. We gotta revamp, and we have to get those pieces to put around Aaron Judge. Shout out to my man Darren in the chat from Grunt Baseball. Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's to you, Darren. Appreciate you for showing up.
Yeah, changes are going to be needed, like quick. Like we talked about, you know, the Juan Soto deal, and other changes need to happen too. I mean, it's not just going to be Soto. I mean, did you see the Orioles lineup? Do you see all the line drives these guys hit? I mean, as an athletic guys, these guys are going for doubles, triples. I mean, it's honestly, we don't have that on our team. We have 1 or 2 guys. They have 9 or 10 guys that are like that, and like you said, we gotta. I mean, honestly, we gotta move on from these old players, and it's got to happen now. I mean, are you gonna punt the season and say this is, you know, forget about it? Judge is out. Go have surgery. See you next year. I mean, honestly, I don't know what's the next move here. What are we doing?
My guy AK47 said, "Let me ask you this." What's the difference between 2017 versus the Yankees today in 2023? I'm gonna ask you, TC, what do you think it is, the difference?
They were young and hungry in 2017.
There's no expectations. The playoff alignment was a bit different. When you look at the baby bombers that were coming up, Aaron Judge is the only one that's left. Luis Severino is washed right now. Gary Sanchez is playing for San Diego. Clint Frazier, he's on the Chicago White Sox. Miguel Andujar, he's going back and forth between AAA and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Those baby bombers there go. Greg Bird, he's a photographer right now. That's how lost Greg Bird is.
Yeah.
Like TC said, and I agree with you, TC. You hit it right on the head. In 2017, they were young, they were hungry, there was no expectations, they were the underdogs, they were the baby bombers. Everybody, it was cool to be a Yankee fan in 2017. Fast forward to 2023, totally different. 6 years later, totally different. Not even one championship, not even one World Series appearance.
Yeah, they went back to looking like the 80s Yankees, like the old, just trying to get old guys that are out of their prime. It just looks like that. It is terrible
Greg
baseball.
Greg Bird's foot turned into turned into it from the Addams Family. Instead of a
Yes.
hand running around, it's Greg Bird's foot running around all over the place without a head.
Yeah, it's sad. And that's what they need to do again. They need to find that formula, and we have it in AAA. We have the guys. We have Peraza, we have Florial, we have Rortvet, who was supposed to be a big part of that, Donaldson deal.
You got
And
Bowers landed on the IL. He's hurt
Yep,
now because of his
another
shoulder.
guy.
He just got a cortisone shot. Billy McKinney fouled off a ball off of his shin, so he's day to day. Who do we got? Billy McKinney was our hottest hitter, and now he's on the sideline on the bench trying to get healthy. Jake Bowers, a great finding from Jake Bowers, but now he's on the 15-day IL. Where the hell is Willie Big Bang Calhoun? Where's Willie at? Does anybody know where Willie's at? I don't know where Willie's at. How about you?
No. Packing groceries? I don't know. I don't know.
Shout out to my guy Silk Buckets in the building. Sick Buckets, what it do, what it do. Salute. Hector Cruz is in the building. Jorge Mateo, Blake Rutherford, Justice Sheffield. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Vici said, let's go get Neil Walker.
Oh,
absolutely.
Wow. Yeah.
I'll take Neil Walker on this team than anybody else we got on this team right now, Avicii.
Seriously. Yeah.
You got the cameraman Pete, who's injured right now, and knock on wood, glad, all jokes aside, glad that Pete's okay.
Okay.
It came out that he suffered an orbital fracture. Gunnar Henderson was I think he spoke to him yesterday as well. So thank God that Pete and everybody is good when it comes to that situation.
Yeah, but
my guy Darren said,
hurt.
let's go get Kelly Johnson. Yes, go get Kelly Johnson.
Even our announcer John Sterling got hit with a ball. I mean, what's going on this year?
Everybody's getting hit with balls. Cameramans, everyone's getting hit with balls right now, right? My guy Frank Rivera, shout out to Frank Rivera in the tag. Greg Berg was another one who Cashman held on for too long. Yes. What wasn't it supposed to be Greg Berg, Gary Sanchez, and Aaron Judge? Those are supposed to be our three hitters in our lineup for years to come. Nothing out of the two of those.
Yeah, let me take a look at that team. Yeah, we had Starling Castro, Chase Headley, Brett Gardner, Matt Holliday. We had Jacoby Ellsbury was still around.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Hicks was there. Todd Frazier. Tyler Wade. Tyler Austin. Austin Romine. Ronald Torreyes.
That's when it was cool to be a Yankee fan. That's when it was exciting to be a Yankee fan, where Yankee fans felt like we had something. When it looked like Brian Cashman kind of put the pieces together. We thought something amazing was going to happen. Nope, not at all. Let's switch gears just a little bit, because today Carlos Rodon will be making his debut for the New York Yankees.
Good news, yeah.
Finally, some good news. Today, Jameson Taillon will face Carlos Rodon. Jameson Taillon is having a horrible season. I think his ERA is in the 6th. But because it's a former Yankee and he's pitching in Yankee Stadium against the Yankees, he's going to pitch a no-hitter today. I'm calling it right now.
I'm right there with you. The way the lineup is looking, I would say one hitter, no hitter. Easy.
My guy Glove Darius on Twitter says Jameson Taillon versus Carlos Rodon tomorrow, which is today. Hopefully the Yankees don't make Taillon look like 2022 Sandy Alcantara.
Yeah, don't count on it.
Hey, if Dean Kramer could come in here looking like Sandy Alcantara, I don't put it past Jameson Taillon.
Yeah, it is good. Good sign that we got Rodon back. Hopefully we'll ride some momentum. Hopefully it gives us a good start. I mean, I don't know what they might have a pitch limit on them, 80 to 85 pitches. But Boone will probably yank them at 60
You'll
pitches.
take him out the 4th inning.
Yeah,
60 pitches.
And bring in Josh Donaldson or something like that. So
he's going to bring in Albert Abreu again. That's what it is.
Albert Abreu will come back in. Yeah,
or Nick Ramirez. One of those two. Will be the first ones out the bullpen.
Yeah.
But no, all jokes aside, hopefully when it comes to Carlos Rodon, we need Carlos Rodon to show us something. We need him. We need to show it. There's pressure on Carlos Rodon, especially after that clunker last night from Luis Severino. This starting rotation, this needs some help ASAP. Garrett Cole can't be the only one in this starting rotation. So hopefully Carlos Rodon can come back, and we could get Carlos Rodon the second half of the season, what we expected for him.
Yeah.
to be
And
that second ace on the staff. Go
we
ahead,
need it.
TC.
Yeah, no, we need it. He'll feed off Garrett Cole. They'll feed off each other, and you know, they're. I mean, hopefully he's gonna be 100% soon. You know, where he can ramp up to 100 pitches and start pitching 7, 8 innings, because this bullpen needs some relief. I mean, needs some help. A day off here and there, but and then maybe the offense can feed off it as well, because these fans are fed up with this. They can't be paying money to come see a circus show like that last night. That's awful. And shame on the players who are just like showing no effort and giving up, and this sloppy play has to stop. And maybe Rodon will just let him have it, because he's pitching. You don't want to see that defense behind him like that. And I hope he shows someone up. If you give up on a play, I hope he let them have it.
Call them out. Call them out.
I think he's the guy that can do it.
He is definitely that type of guy that will call someone out for that lack of hustle. Shout out to my guy Gary Phillips on Twitter, who put it out there, because a lot of people were talking about with the injuries now to Bauer and McKinney. We need to call up some of my guys from the minors, but Gary made a great point last night. With Carlos Rodon coming off with a 60-day IL today, he'll take the 40-man spot vacated by Jimmy Cordero and the active roster held by Deivi Garcia. Getting Estevan Florial or another one on the 40-man will require some roster gymnastics unless Greg Allen goes to the 60-day. So unless Greg Allen goes to the 60-day IL, there's no way that the Yankees can add Estevan Florial to the 40-man roster, right? Jimmy Cordero, his suspension was made official yesterday, which opened up a 40-man roster spot, but that's going to go to Carlos Rodon. So it's they're going to have to do some gymnastics when it comes to roster movement in order to get Estevan Florial on this roster.
Yeah, but you know what? With a guy like that, I mean, yes, he hasn't had a lot of major league experience, and I get it. He did, 54 at bats. He can't hit major league pitching, but guess what? He can field, and he's a natural left fielder, and he's got speed. So let's do whatever we can to get him on this roster. Give him a shot, just like you gave Volpe. Come on. We need some experience in the outfield. We cannot let IKF play left field again. We can't. It's enough, and we can make it happen. They're making so many excuses about why they can't get him on this 40-man. I don't know what the kid did. I don't understand. Give him a shot, 2-3 weeks. If he falls apart, you DFA him. And then move on. You got Everson Pereira. You got other guys out there. I mean, come on. You got to. I don't know. I just feel for the guy. I do.
Yeah, and like Steve pointed out right here, you don't want to give up that last 40-man roster spot, because you need to have arms like Deivi Garcia and Greg Weissert just in case you need guys to help out the bullpen.
True.
So 100%, Steve, we can't just give up a 40-man roster spot just to give it up. Unpopular opinion said Florial, if Florial's going to get on this roster, it will cost the Yankees either Greg Allen or Willie Calhoun. That's the only way he's going to get on this 40-man roster if the Yankees get rid of one of those two. Like Steve said, you need to have Deivi Garcia and Greg Weissert available just in case they have to come back and forth on that taxi squad to help out our bullpen.
Honestly, are you going to really miss Willie Calhoun or Greg Allen?
I'm definitely not. I miss more Greg Allen than anything. I don't want to lose Greg, because I think Greg Allen, that weapon coming off for the bench, late innings, 8th inning, you got to pinch run somebody. Greg Allen can steal you a base. It's like who do we have last year? Who was that spark plug off for the Tim LeCastro? It's like the early part of the season when we were winning games. What was the formula? It was Giancarlo Stanton getting on in the 8th inning, pinch running Tim LeCastro. He's still second, and we get that run in. That was our late inning success last year at the beginning of the season, before Tim LeCastro got injured and before Giancarlo Stanton got injured. I just wanted to point something out.
Yeah, Willie Calhoun. Let's just we don't need Willie Calhoun. He's another DH.
Especially he's another DH, and he's not like he plays Gold Glove defense out there. So I would rather have Greg Allen come off the bench either as a pinch runner or a defensive replacement. But I got some numbers when it comes to Anthony Rizzo. So for his first 55 games, Anthony Rizzo was batting .297 11 home runs, and was slugging .491. You ready to hear this part? Over his last 25 games, Anthony Rizzo is hitting .167 with 0 home runs and a .214 slugging. He's still getting walks and still getting on base, but he's not producing.
He's hurt. He's still hurt, or he's favoring something. Something's not right. And it happened in that, that when Tatis hit him in the neck. It's obvious.
It's just, and you feel bad for Anthony Rizzo, right? But I talked about it yesterday. Anthony Rizzo, at this stage of his career, he's not a 3-hole hitter. He's not a cleanup hitter. At best, he is a 5-hole hitter or a 6-hole hitter.
Yes.
The same thing like Giancarlo Stanton. At this stage in his career, Giancarlo Stanton is not a 3-hole hitter. He's not a 4-hole hitter. At best, he's 5th or 6th. The Yankees need an actual 3-hole hitter and a cleanup hitter on this roster to help Aaron Judge out. We can't just rely on Aaron Judge.
Juan Soto, please. Juan Soto, come ahead.
Paging Juan Soto to the front. Juan Soto to the front, can you please? Let's go through some of these chats.
Clean up on aisle 7. Juan Soto, please clean up this lineup, please. Thank you.
TC, you had anything else to add on it before I bring up any of these chats?
No, it's just I know we're all frustrated, and it is. It's very hard to be a Yankee fan right now because we see what we can do and the needs this team has to do to get better, and they're just sitting on their hands. They're doing nothing, and and then for them to come out and say, I don't know why everyone's upset, and be patient, and we're still in the 8 games above 500. Enough's enough. We're supposed to be championship caliber team, so being just floating above 500 and in the wild card, it doesn't cut it with this team. Sorry, so. Frustrating.
It just doesn't. It just doesn't. People keep putting in the chat, and I've seen people bring it up on Twitter. George, what would George do and stuff? And I'm tired of thinking about what would George do. George is not here. George is not here. We need to find actual solutions. We need to find actual answers to this, not hypotheticals on what would George do or if George was alive today.
He made as much mistakes as well, though.
Exactly. He made a lot of mistakes. I brought this up in the 80s. He traded away Fred McGriff. He traded away Willie McGee.
Yeah.
That's who he traded away in the 80s. If the Yankees had McGee and McGriff alongside of Don Mattingly, that's another core 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he wanted to get rid of Bernie Williams, Mariano Rivera.
Yes.
I mean,
the guys in the front office literally had to lie to him and say that nobody wanted those players. No one's answering our phone calls. That's the only reason we got the core 4 in the dynasty.
Yep.
So can we please just put it to the side when talking about George? And Yankee fans out there, I hope you enjoyed going to the stadium yesterday, seeing the Yankees get destroyed, but you still had the urge to do that stupid ass wave. Why are you doing the wave when your team is getting destroyed? First of all, I don't think the Yankee fans should be doing the wave inside the stadium whatsoever. That's a Citi Field thing. That's a Mets thing. That's not a New York Yankee thing. And then on top of it, you got, for the first night, it was cool to boo Aaron Hicks. But you guys kept going, and you guys kept going, and you guys kept going. We lost game 3. You still decided to say Aaron Hicks sucked. We got destroyed yesterday, and you were still chanting Aaron Hicks sucked. What are you doing? Why are you screaming Aaron Hicks suck when your team is down 14-0?
Yeah.
Why are you screaming F Jose Altuve when you're getting destroyed by the Baltimore Orioles? What are you doing?
Stupidity. For these fans, I don't know. Those aren't the real fans, that's for sure.
Yeah, those are guys that come from Long Island or from Westchester or wherever they come from, and they can't curse at home, so they come to Yankee Stadium to do it. That's who that is.
They had 7 Michelob Ultras. I don't know.
They had some natty lights. That's exactly what it is.
Jerry, there you go, Dad.
Shout out to my guy. That's my guy Ruben in the chat. NYY News Ruben, me and Mano. He said, "I'm sick of the brass skipping on the best talent. Most of the players we haven't been all-stars since 2018, 2020. Yes, Ruben. Yes." That's what we talked about it earlier, Ruben. Not sure if you was here, but I said this earlier, and I'm gonna say it once again. Our window has closing. That championship window that we opened up and cracked in 2017 when we were one game away from the World Series, that thing has shut on us. It has closing on us. Everybody that we got to help Aaron Judge and the Baby Bombers blossom to win a World Series, it's all gone. Giancarlo Stanton, he is overrated. He is overpaid. He is aged. Same thing with DJ LeMahieu. He was getting MVP votes the first 2 years. DJ LeMahieu hasn't even come close to what he was before. It's a wrap.
I want to bring up one little quick thing that Pete mentioned yesterday on his little rant. The word complacency. That's what this team is all about. And he brought up the fact that, do you remember Jorge Mateo? Beginning of the year. Sensational. Batting over 300, playing good defense.
Yeah, I was crying every day for him.
All of a sudden, he fell off a cliff. Guess what? He's not in the lineup anymore. He's been replaced.
Yeah.
You know, why don't we do that? We just keep running out the same guys, batting 200, JD, DJ LeMahieu, Stanton. Complacency. They're okay with poor performance. They do not care. And that's why we are mad.
Yep.
Plain and simple.
Yep. 100%, bro. You said it. Complacency is what got us to where we are at right now. Just being happy, making the dance, just being a part of the conversation, not making that move that you need to make to take us over the hump. And he tried to get, and when I'm saying I'm talking about Brian Cashman, he tried to get, funky with things, trading for Sonny Gray, Tommy Kahnle, David Robinson. That wasn't the move we needed. We needed an impact bat. That's what we needed. We didn't need Sonny Gray.
No.
Who came
Just
over
like
here?
We really didn't need Stanton. We didn't need Stanton. We had Judge. What are we doing? A team full of DHs is not going to win a World Series. I'm sorry. He just tries to be. Cashman tries to be the smartest man in the room, and he's not. I'm sorry. He's reaching, and he's getting fleeced on all these deals. I mean, it's just sad. I don't know. I wish you could step aside and let somebody else take over, because he's lost control. He's lost control of the whole. I mean, $300 million payroll, and honestly, I don't know. Somebody brought it up in the chat, one chat. Where's this $300 million? I mean, I don't see it on the field. Do you? Do you see a team like that on the field? I don't.
Hold on. Don, what you talk about? We got to let everyone know you joined the Don Yankee Show, my new co-host. Who you talk about, Don? Who's your new co-host? Let me know. You talking about Ruben? Ruben, your new co-host? Okay. Y'all got a new show going on? Let me know so I could drop it, promote it here. I want to see the first episode. I can't go. I can't wait. Shout out to my guy, Damian Serrano in the building. And we got another Michael Caputo signing. Caputis, how you doing? The team
Medina, fact check. Is that the real Caputo?
Yeah, we got fact check if that's the real Caputo. The team has accepted being mediocre, and it starts at the very top with Cashman. Yeah, we've said it. We've said it, but hopefully, you guys are starting to show. All right. That's what I'm talking about. My guys, Don Sicario and Ruben, starting the show together. Right. Let me know what time, what day of the week. I'll definitely be tuning in for that one. And let me know whenever you need a guest or anything like that. I would love to come and chop it up with you two fine fellas talking Yankees. But let's switch it up just a little bit. We're gonna put out the link for the open panel momentarily, just so everybody can come on. Matter of fact, let me throw it out in the chat right now. While it is in the chat, I will be playing the commercial that we got for September 23rd. Yeah, make sure you guys get your tickets September 23rd for the Audi Suites and for the after party. So I'm going to play the video and we will be right back.
Si tú te tiras, yo me tiro. Si tú te tiras, yo me tiro. Si tú te tiras, yo me tiro. Si tú te tiras, me tiro. Envidian por su estilo. Todo estaba tranquilo, pero llegaste sola al partido. Y baby, baby. No me voy de aquí sin ti. Todo lo que estás sintiendo lo quiero sentir. Tu enojo, tu coraje, como llegaste aquí. Cantando que la ni, baby, dámela a mí. Por la tidras, joven por la tidras. Hop in the phantom, así y dress. Si quieres, pues nos vamos donde quieras, bebé. Me gusta como hablas, tiene un lindo base en brasilera. Venina vela, una atrevida, pero sincera. Que no te ponga a hablar porque ella no te deja. No se flaquea, no se enreda. Y se puede ver que te quiere.
Cody Bellinger up there, right? Cody Bellinger will be the first topic for the open panel because Cody Bellinger, he has had 3 straight multi-hit games for the first time since 2018. He also has a 12-game hitting streak, right? Yankee Shore says, I can see the Yankees being in the mix for Cody Bellinger if he is available, but I'm not confident that he can perform post-trade. And if he fits the profile of someone who could become an instant liability inside of Yankee Stadium. When it comes to Cody Bellinger, we saw what Cody Bellinger was when he was healthy. He got injured with the Dodgers, was never able to capture or recapture that MVP season that he had before. But TC, before I bring anybody up, what's your thoughts on Cody Bellinger being an option for the Yankees?
Yeah, I mean it's an okay option for left field. I don't know. I guess it depends on what we give up, but I don't know. I really would like to see Juan Soto. That's where I want to put all my eggs in one, that basket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll bring up Juan Soto right after this, right? Yeah. But I got guys backstage that I'm gonna bring up to the panel right now. Just want to let everybody backstage know that I am bringing up everybody as they came up in the queue. Please, like I always said, let's respect YouTube terms and services. Same with Twitter. Let's be respectful to everybody that comes onto the open panel. If somebody is in the middle of giving their take, let them finish because you will be allowed to give your take as well. So the first person that I'm bringing up, it's a guy that I haven't seen in a long time. It's a guy that he needs a haircut, but I still love him to death. My guy, Michael Caputo. Caputis.
There he is. He is real. It is the real guy.
This is the real Michael Caputo. Everybody who thought that this was a fake Caputis, guess what? You're wrong. Caputo's is real.
Where have you been, man? How you doing?
Hope the family is well.
With things. That's why.
Hope your mom is well. Hope the family is well. Hope all is well. Caputo, how you been, bro?
Creating a show? You creating your own show?
No, I've just been busy with things. It's a lot going on, so that's why I haven't been on.
All right.
No, all good, Caputos. All good, Caputos.
But everything's positive, but I've just been busy.
Yeah. No problem, Caputos. Let's do a spitball, rapid fire right now. You haven't been on in a minute. You joined yesterday in the chat. How are you feeling? And try to make it as short as possible so I can bring up the next person for the open panel. Go ahead, Caputos.
Yeah, the Yankees. It's the same old shit with this team. They just I mean, if Judge doesn't come back, I don't think they're making the playoffs unless they make a blockbuster trade. Like unless they get Ohtani. I mean, that's the only one I see replacing Judge, in my opinion. So if Judge doesn't come back, this season's over. I mean, so you better get Judge back because they're not making the playoffs without Judge. That's for damn sure. And with the same ending result, we're going to lose to the Astros or the Rays in the playoffs if they make the playoffs. That's my opinion.
Yeah, no. And that's I seen yesterday you was on the Shohei Ohtani train, and I don't think me or TC or any Yankee fan wouldn't want Shohei Ohtani on the field. But when it comes to how the roster is constructed, it is impossible to trade for Ohtani because we have Giancarlo Stanton as the DH. Shohei Ohtani, the Yankees, if they invest $500 million in a contract extension, they're not going to risk putting him out in left field or in right field, and God forbid he gets hurt. So if Giancarlo Stanton retires, that opens up the DH. But until then, I think it's impossible to get Shohei Ohtani on the Yankees, if I'm being realistic.
Yeah, I mean, anything, never say never. I mean, like, if there's an open, if there's an open opportunity, I mean, for the Yankees to go out and get him, I would do it. I would go down my whole farm system for him. He's just that great of a player. But no,
he is great of a player, but there's no place to play him because we have Stanton clogging up the deep.
Unless you put Stanton in the outfield and you put Ohtani at DH, they can do that.
You're
risking $35 million in Stanton getting injured and defense.
And is Cashman and Steinbrenner, do they have the guts to trade from? Are they going to be afraid to trade from? Because them, they don't want to go the extra mile. So they're going to finally man up and say, we have to win this thing. And we want to win a World Series because they haven't shown that since 2009. So
Yeah.
I'm not.
Well, what about his age? Otani's almost 30, right? And you guys want
I don't care about his age.
24.
Yeah, no, that it's to me, it's not
Gonna
his
give
age.
him a long-term contract. The age doesn't matter.
I think if they get him as a rental, my opinion, I think he's just going to be a rental and he's going to walk. That's my opinion. If they got him.
Yeah, no, I don't see the
giving
Yankees.
Up for the farm system for that. No way.
Yeah, not for a rental. Well, if it's and the same thing with Juan Soto, right? And we'll bring up Juan Soto a little bit later on, but it's the same thing. If the Yankees trade all their prospects in order to get a Soto, I'm gonna need to see a contract extension also. But Caputo, just hold on right there because I want to bring up more people to the open panel to have this conversation. But Caputo, before I bring them up, what's your thoughts on Cody Bellinger? Are you cool with Cody Bellinger? What's your thoughts on him as an option?
No, he's a lefty hitter, but Cody Bellinger's been bad for the last 3 years. I mean, I know his average is going up, but no, he's not the answer. I mean, I don't want. He's just another dumpster fire that Cashman is going to pull. I'm not feeling Cody Bellinger. Who I want though, who I really want. I know they're not going to trade for him. I want Zach Gallen from the Diamondbacks. That's never going to happen.
Zach Gallen is an awesome pitcher, but I'm gonna bring up my guy Unpopular Opinion to get him in on this conversation, and then I'm gonna bring up Ruben right afterwards. Unpop, how you feeling, my guy?
What's up, guys? What's going on?
Chilling, baby. What's your thoughts on Cody Bellinger and what Caputo was talking about, my guy? How are you feeling?
I mean, I'm good. A little disappointed in how these guys are playing, but to answer your question about Cody, it's cute. But it's not going to change anything with this team. Yes, another left-handed bat. Yes, he has postseason experience. Yes, he's done it. He's won it. Cool. It's cute, but it's not the missing piece to put us over the top. This team has way too many holes. We're playing everyone out of position, and filling one with an outfielder, it's not going to change the overall landscape of what this team is doing. And to answer Caputo, I would love Shohei, but I'm not gutting the system for 3 months. No. And same thing with Juan Soto. Anthony Volpe can go on that deal, but the only thing that I'm asking is that 3-day window to negotiate a contract extension before I pull the trigger on the trade.
Exactly.
If that can't happen, then the conversation is done. I'm not trading our future for 1.5 years of Soto, no matter how good he is. So.
Facts. And Pop, with Soto, who's Scott Boras, that's his agent, and Scott Boras is going to want to bring him into free agency. So even if we were to trade for Juan Soto by gutting the farm system, there's no guarantee that he would sit down and negotiate with the Yankees. So all of this is all hypotheticals. We would love to have Juan Soto, but like you said, Pop, I'm not gutting our farm system for 1.5 years worth of Juan Soto just for him to walk to another team. I'm just not doing that.
Facts.
Unless it's a guarantee, I'm just not doing that. But when it comes to Cody Bellinger, like you said, it's cute. It's just a Band-Aid on a wound. That's literally all it is. If this was a ship, if this was the Titanic and we got hit by that iceberg, all Cody Bellinger is a little duct tape. That's all he is. Little Band-Aid on the hole. That's all he is. We need an actual left fielder because when it comes to Cody Bellinger, just like Caputo said, this is a guy that has been dealing with crazy injuries over the past 3 years, right? So he's having a nice month or a nice renaissance with the Chicago Cubs, but there's no way to say that we trade from Cody Bellinger and he doesn't regress to what he was before he came to the Cubs.
Yep. And I do have an interesting fact for you guys. I don't know if I can share it real quick.
Before I bring up Ruben, go ahead, Pop.
So the Yankees are, this war machine, right? That's the only thing they care about. Put the most amount of war on the team. All right, so we have a 40-man roster. We know that 17 of our players have a 0 to a negative war. That is 43% of our current roster that is non-existent. So what the hell are they talking about? Or what is the process, should I say? What's the fucking process that makes it so that this is okay? If George doesn't understand what we're upset, it's this. Half of our team is worthless.
Bro,
you nailed it. Yep.
You nailed it right on the head. And that just made my heart hurt just listening to that. But I'm going to bring up my guy, Ruben. He's backstage. Ruben, mi hermano, you there, baby?
What's up? What's up?
What's good, my guy? How you feeling, bro?
Man, I'm so glad I fell asleep early.
Oh, God, I feel the same way, Ruben. I
When
feel
I
the
saw
same
the
way.
score, when I woke up, I was like, "Oh hell no!" I already knew we were down 4-0 last time I saw it, and then I fell asleep, and then all of a sudden, boom! I was like, "Oh hell no! This is
Nah,
ridiculous."
what happened with me, Ruben? Because at
Nightmare.
nighttime I like to go on walks in Inwood Park. I live right by Inwood, and some parts of Inwood Park you lose reception, right? So I'm
Mhm.
watching the game on my phone as I'm walking through the park. I lose reception, right, when the score is like 1-0, and I come back and the score is 5-0. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Probably best that you lost
I
reception.
just lost reception for a few minutes. What just happened?
You're blinking.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad
Yeah.
right there.
But Ruben, what's your thoughts on the conversation when it comes to Cody Bellinger, Juan Soto? I know you were big on the Juan Soto Manny Machado train, but how are you feeling? Lay it out for the people. What's your thoughts on what Caputo and Pop were talking about? Go ahead, bro.
I do like I do like the idea of Bellinger in the sense that he is a Gold Glove outfielder. He can play left, center, right, and he'll play all of them in Gold Glove standards. So we do need a guy that can catch the ball, since they won't give Florial a shot. Then I think in that sense that would be a good move. He's hitting 298 right now with a 350 on base. I mean, no one's doing that on the Yankees if it's not named Aaron Judge. So yeah, would it help? Of course it would help. I mean, anything helps right now. And he does have a second option for a second year. Who knows if he might pick it up, he might not. But he's been in a bigger market, so that's the one thing that I like about him. His shoulders are finally healthy, because I saw a breakdown where like his swing wasn't the same for a couple of years. It looked like the shoulders weren't 100% completely healed until this season. So now his strikeout rate and his launch angle is actually back to a lot closer to his MVP year, because last year and the year before that, so 22 and 21, his launch angle went even higher than his MVP year, and that made him into basically a strikeout machine, pop-up machine. Now he's a lot closer to that MVP year, where his strikeout rate went, like, to give you some numbers, like 16% was the MVP year, 16% strikeout rate, which is really freaking good. Then you had last couple years, he was above 25% strikeout rate. So he was like in the 27, 28 percentile. And this year he's back down to 18%. So that's what's helped his contact rate. He's not striking out nowhere near as much. So that's the only reason why I would like Bellinger, but I wouldn't just want to settle with just Bellinger.
Right.
Yeah. If we were to get Bellinger, it would have to be Cody Bellinger and others. I don't want Cody Bellinger being the only move that we make.
Exactly, because like he's a good piece. He's a left-handed hitter. I mean,
like you said, he's a good piece. He's not the final solution.
Right.
Go ahead, Ruben.
No, he's a good additional piece. Like if you got Bellinger and Soto, I can see that. You have some Bellinger play left field, have Soto play right field, and you got Bader in center. So that way you got some, a real outfield. Judge, we don't know if he's gonna come back or not. So you got that option. Bellinger plays a Gold Glove first base as well. So now you got another insurance for Rizzo, rather than throwing DJ LeMahieu out there and Bowers now that he's injured.
So that's a great point.
Yeah.
It's the flexibility and the versatility that stands out to me when it comes to Cody Bellinger. The fact that he could play all three outfield spots and first base. I think we need players like that, because when it comes to how our roster is constructed, we thought DJ LeMahieu was going to be the Swiss Army man, and he can't do that anymore. He's not that type of player anymore. He's past his prime. He's done. He's washed, and it's sad to see it. I'm gonna ask you, the three of you guys, before I bring anybody else. I'll start with you, Ruben, then go to Pop, then Caputo. When's the last time you saw a guy that was an MVP candidate with this much of a drop-off when it comes to DJ LeMahieu? Ruben, do you remember the last time the Yankees or anyone had a player like this?
If the Yankees, I don't know. I mean, A-Rod was more gradual than this. So
A-Rod wasn't a total cliff dive.
It was very gradual. I mean, I've only seen it in other teams. We saw it with Cody, where he got all out of whack because of the injuries. We seen it with Yelich when he hurt his back, and now he's finally starting to hit again. So
Mattingly kind of had that when he had his back injury.
Mattingly when he hurt his, but it's all been through injuries. But LeMahieu was even before really the injuries, because like, yeah, he had a sports hernia and which is fixable. People have come back from that, but before the toe injury last year, he didn't have the power either that he had in 2019 and 2020. So to me,
Joe brings up Stanton. Then that's a great one
but,
right there, Stanton.
But Stanton wasn't an MVP level with us.
You're right. True.
He won that. He was the MVP in 17. He was coming in as MVP.
True.
So like we never got to really see Stanton, like the real one. So
that's when we usually get our guys is after their prime, after they have
like that's not
the MVP.
Like, if this team was built in 2018, oh man, we would have been like, oh yeah, we got this. You know, you got freaking 2018 Donaldson, you got 2019 LeMahieu. You know, like do something like that. Like I think like the last really good All-Star year for most of these guys was like Rizzo 19, LeMahieu 20, Donaldson 19. Like I'm talking about like All-Star level, and Stanton even in 18. So it's like a lot of these guys have just been done for years, and then the one young guy that you would think would continue to improve, like a lot of these other teams, like with the Acuñas and all that stuff, is Torres, and all he's done is just regress.
Yeah.
So it's like not even the young guy can get better.
The guy that you thought would get better.
We're thinking like, okay, he'll carry the others. You know, he'll carry the others as they get older. No, he ain't carrying no one.
No, they carry him.
What are the odds? What are the odds on all of these guys though falling off a cliff in the same year? It's mind-boggling.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Good point. Good point on that. I mean, like I just think like it's ridiculous. It's the Yankee philosophy, the hitting coach. Yeah. I think they've gotten away from some of the traditional hitting drills, you know, because Kevin Long used to, you know, when he would see a guy struggling, he's like, hey, come over here. We're going to go practice on this. You're pulling off the ball too much.
Yeah.
You know, but we don't hear none of that. We always hear, oh, we're hitting off the high velocity machine and looking at his launch angle. It's like, okay, but But it's like, what about pulling off the ball? You know what I mean?
I remember, and I'm gonna ask you guys. I'll start with Unpop the Compute before I bring anybody else. I remember when the Yankees first introduced Yankees batting practice, and almost every episode it would have the hitting coach Kevin Long talking about hitting philosophy and hitting approach. You don't see Dylan Lawson on the Yankees batting practice. You don't see it anymore. And Unpop, what's your thoughts on that, bro? Before and then throw it over to Caputo.
I'm gonna head out, guys. I gotta go.
Yo, Ruben, love you, my guy. Appreciate you, baby.
Appreciate you guys.
To like touch on Ruben's thing, like the whole team, I think this slumping is contagious, just like good hitting is contagious. And I think a lot of what's happening has to do with our coaching staff. They are the gatekeepers to make sure players are, one, accountable, two, putting in the work, and three, following through with the quote unquote process of all the philosophies that they're trying to push. And you saw it, you know, last year, the last couple of years, these guys are just giving them free reign to do whatever they want. And, you know, Anthony Volpe has to get hitting advice from a double-A player. Like, these guys are not being groomed in the right way. You see Torres sloppy play. You see all the defensive miscues. You know, Josh Donaldson's falling off a cliff and he doesn't know what to do. Like I've never seen a team fall apart the way that the Yankees have been falling apart the last 2 to 3 seasons. Like if Aaron Judge it didn't go to his own hitting school, you know, would Aaron Judge even be Aaron Judge with the coaching staff that we have? Like and to be honest with you, Aaron Judge is making a lot of money at this point, bro. You're hurt. Can you send like 2 or 3 of our guys to your guy? You know, Volpe, Riz, you know, a couple of these guys.
He could write it off. He could write it off like a charity write-off at the end of the year when tax season comes around.
Like, I understand he's not allowed in the Yankee facility, but that has to change. This guy knows what he's doing. And Dylan Lawson obviously doesn't. You know, if he thinks hitting 200 is okay, then I can get a job because I can help guys hit 200 too. So it's ridiculous.
Fact, I am a master in MLB The Show, so I can guarantee you be a good hitting coach. Caputo, what's your thoughts real quick when it comes to the regression of our players like LeMahieu, Giancarlo Stanton? Before I bring up the next person, I got Jerry backstage. I'm going to bring up. Go ahead, Caputo. The floor is yours. And I seen you put in the private chat. You haven't been watching games for the past 3 months. As Caputo values his sanity. That's what it is. Caputo doesn't want to be stressed out like the rest of us. Go ahead, Caputo.
Yeah, DJ LeMahieu is done. I mean, this whole team is they need, like I said, I mean, they have to completely blow this team up, man. I would tell the team, LeMahieu is just, he's washed up. He got old overnight. I don't know what happened to him. And you could say the same for everybody else on this team. It's a shame with LeMahieu because he was a batting champ twice in 2 leagues. I don't know what happened with the fall off. I have no idea what happened to this guy, but you could just say the same for the same team. The same players. They're god awful. I mean, this team is just they're a pile of shit. That's why I haven't watched for 3 months. I gave up. That's it. I still find out. I check score updates, but that's about it. I don't watch them. Unless they're gonna put a World Series caliber team on the field. That's
I listen, Caputo. I appreciate that because when it comes to protesting your team and letting them know how you feel, that's how you have to do it, right? And I know it's a lot easier said than done, but if the Yankee fans, if we want change when it comes to the front office, Caputo said it last year. You got to hit him in his pockets. Caputo was talking about this all last year about stop watching games and stop going to the games. And he's actually doing what he preaches. So, Caputo, I got to take my hat off to you for that, right? Shout out to my guy, Rod Thompson in the building. My guy, Rod, what it do? Salute, 3 capital S's. I'm going to bring up Mr. Big Time Jerry Cadell. Hopefully his microphone, everything is good. But Big Time Jerry, how you feeling, baby?
All right, Hector. How about you?
It's fixed.
That's what I'm talking about, Jerry.
Let's
Microphone.
get those votes in for unpopular. We want him as the batting coach.
Let's go. Let's start that hashtag pop to be the batting coach.
Hey, my dad was my hitting coach in Little League. I mean, he can do a good job. Why not? Get up there.
Jerry, how do you feel when it comes to this clunker that was the New York Yankees last night, Luis Severino, and the players that are regressing? What are you feeling right now? I got Damian backstage that I'm going to bring up momentarily, but the floor is yours, Jerry. Go ahead, baby.
In Italy, they call it agita, stomach problem. That was the circus, Bonham and Bailey circus that took place last night. Atrocious.
In Puerto Rico, we call it mierda. Go ahead, Jerry.
Caliber?
You should have seen Pete last night. He really went off.
Oh no, I saw that. Shout out to my brother Pete for going off last night. It is right. It's rightfully deserved. Rightfully deserved. Yeah. But Jerry, like I said earlier, right? And I'm gonna get Damian in here to get his thoughts on it. But I said it earlier. Our window for winning a championship from 2017 to now 2013. That window's closed. When you look at all the additions that we added to this team, DJ LeMahieu, Josh Donaldson, they're all past their prime. They're not contributing to this team. We have closed that window. It cracked a little bit, but we haven't gotten close to what happened where we was in 2017. 1 game away from the World Series. We haven't gotten close since then.
Absolutely. We're going to have a dramatic change next year. A whole new makeup on this team. Soto was the first one to be in that lineup.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's going to hurt our farm system, but to get a player with that caliber, we're going to need Soto in that lineup. Batting second in front of Judge, the guy's got speed. He's 24 years old. It's a no-brainer.
He's an on-base machine. He's
machine.
been in the major leagues for 6 seasons. 3 of those seasons, including this season, he's led the league in on-base percentage and walks.
And he's got a championship ring at 24 years old already.
So one of that 19.
He's already proven himself. So what's going on? And I'm so sick and tired of their man upstairs not putting Florio in there and Peraza. I don't know what the heck is going on with that team.
I don't know, man.
It
seems like a trade is going to be on the rise. But I'm gonna bring up my guy Damian real quick. You guys just hold on for a second. I want to get Damian thoughts before I throw it around. Damian, how you feeling, my guy? What it do?
Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing?
Chilling, baby. I always love that Yankee hat you got, bro. I get kind of jealous. I need to buy me one. I need to buy me one.
I'm gonna have to order you one, Hector. I'm gonna have to order you one, my man. That's a fact.
Damien,
that's a fact.
How do you feel, my guy, after last night and the conversation that we was having about the veterans on this team and our championship window closing? What's your thoughts, Damien?
First and foremost, disgusted. The team, when you see a really good team, Braves, so on and so forth, like we all know there's gonna be blowouts. But when you look in a dugout, those good teams, there's not a smile on anybody's face. These guys are wearing it. When you look at the Yankees, the dugout's full of smiles.
Especially down 14-0.
They have accepted losing. And winning teams don't accept losing. And that's what this team has done. They've now accepted losing. And that starts from Cashman. More importantly, that's on Boone. Because Boone has them 1,000% unprepared. And they're following their leader, which is Boone. So Boone should be the first one up and down that dugout. Get that smile off of your face. What's funny right now? Because I don't see anything funny.
He just blows bubbles.
And now they've accepted. He blows bubbles, takes off his hat, does a little scratch on his head,
picks his nose.
And I guess the team is supposed to sit there and follow that. No, you guys, they've accepted losing, point blank, period.
Complacency.
And it's complacency. There's no accountability. I would have pulled DJ off the field.
No effort.
Trevino, you guys want to sit there and look at the ball in front of each other? Higgy, you're in. I would have swapped everybody out, fourth inning on. It ain't gonna make a difference. You guys aren't playing well. Everybody out. Everyone. I care less what it looks like, what it is. Hold the team accountable. There's no accountability. There's no kick in the ass. None. So that's where that starts. And then as far as Soto goes, I don't. Go ahead.
No. I was just gonna add on to what you said about DJ LeMahieu. And it's not like, the Detroit Tigers didn't bench Javier Baez for a couple of games because he had some blunders on the base pass, wasn't paying attention. It's not like teams could do the Tigers. They're not even competing for a playoff spot, but they put their high-profile, high-paid player on the bench for not paying attention to the game. Go ahead, Damien. My fourth.
You have to put them accountable. You have to show them that there's no one above the team. And right now, everyone is above the team. It's a bunch of. The team is a bunch of individuals at this point. There's no team. It's individuals. And then when it comes to Soto, honestly, I don't think we even need to get rid of Volpe for Soto. They've got three shortstopps already. They've got Machado, they've got Tatis, and they've got Bogarts right now, who's looking at as far as the shortstop. So we don't even need to let go of Volpe. We can figure out a way to get Soto on a team without even giving out Volpe. Fact is, I don't think it's ever going to happen because let's face it, who trusts Cashman? Nobody trusts Cashman.
Not Cashman. I don't trust Cashman. I know Caputo doesn't trust Cashman. I know Pop doesn't trust Cashman. I know Jerry doesn't trust Cashman. And I said it yesterday. You said it, Damien. We could do it without adding Volpe to that deal. Austin Wells, Jason Dominguez, Drew Thorpe, Will Warren, and if you want to throw in Oswald Peraza, throw in Oswald Peraza and Esteban Florio just for icing on the cake so we can get rid of Florio from our system. Those are 6 players right there that we could send towards them, and we still have Spencer Jones, Everson Pereira, and other guys in the minor league system.
And
even if you wanted to, you could swap that too. You can take Pereira and keep Wells, whichever one you want to do.
However you want to do it.
The deal is there. However you want to do, but the deal is there to be made. But Cashman's not that smart. Cashman is not that creative, and unfortunately, we're gonna have to eat this until he's gone. It's unfortunate, but that's the
only thing that may hurt us when it comes to trying to get Juan Soto is the fact that the San Diego Padres, they want top end pitching prospects, right? The pitching prospects that I mentioned, Drew Thorpe, Will Warren, they're not even in our top 5. Right. So if those 2 pitchers were our 1 and 2 in our organization, and Austin Wells and Jason Dominguez was 6 and 7, like they were, we can get it done. But the fact that they want top end pitching prospects and our pitching prospects that I mentioned aren't even in our top 5. So that may be the only thing that holds us back from getting Juan Soto. They want number 1 pitching prospects back because that's what they had to give up in order to get Juan Soto. They desperately need pitching.
Yes, sir.
Give him
Absolutely.
Severino.
1,000.
Yeah, give him Severino my ass.
Well, we need to get
Man,
Hater and
Sevy, boy.
Snell then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll take
I
him.
think
Snell
to this
in the
point, I
deal.
think Sevy's hiding an injury. I've noticed it a few times when he's throwing over the first, and there was something else that I saw. I think he's hiding a growing injury, something in the leg area. Because I tell you what, there's no way Sevy has those first 2 starts off of the IL, throws like he's the ace, and then the next 7, he looks terrible. There's no way that happens unless he's hiding something. And the Yankees know he's also hiding something, and they're not going to come out with it, and they're just going to keep throwing him out there instead of doing what's right. Let the young kid Vasquez take his place, and Sevy, go get healthy. We were used to you doing this already.
He has to. The same way the Toronto Blue Jays were able to take Alek Manoah and send him down to the development league. It's the same thing the Yankees got to do with Luis Severino. And if he doesn't want to accept it, you wash your hands and you let him go find his career with someone else. Because right now he is hurting us more than he is actually helping us. TC, what's your thoughts on it? And let's throw it around to the rest of the panel. Go ahead, TC.
Yeah, they take too long to make changes. You got to be proactive. You can't be reactive, and that's what they are. And these guys are hurting the team, and they need to make the change. They should have made the change a month ago with a lot of these players, and we're letting it go and go and go because they have excuses. We have injuries. We have, we're above 500. This and that. Sorry, look at the Orioles. The Orioles were way above 500, and they benched Jorge Mateo, like I brought up. So these other teams are going for it, and we just sit and we're fine, just like Hal. Oh, we're fine. I don't know why everyone's upset. Relax, chill out. Hey, that's not how you run a World Series team. Take notes from Tampa, the Orioles, and the Astros. There you go, and the Braves. So,
no, it's not. We got 39 people in the building. If you guys can smack that like button as we continue the conversation. Capoots, I'm going to throw it over to you. Yeah. Carlos Rodon is making his debut for the New York Yankees tonight against the Chicago Cubs. Let's throw it around the panel, but I'm going to start with you. What's your expectations for Rodon tonight and for the rest of the second half? What is your expectations on the big man?
Well, yeah, I'm anxious to see him pitch, but I can't say that for the rest of the team. I think the offense is gonna do what they do. Bringing him here is gonna prove nothing. They're gonna still not hit. They're not gonna hit for average. They're not gonna hit runners in scoring position. It's just gonna be Cole and Rodon, 0-0 games every night, and they're gonna score no runs. And what do the Yankees score? About one to 2 runs every night. That's about all they score. Yeah, and I was telling you this, Hector, dating back to last offseason. All the Yankees did was add Rodon, and they did nothing else. That's it. They did nothing to improve this offense, and now it shows.
Yep.
I mean, I was telling people.
Hey, Caputo, you remember last season when we made a bet about the Yankees making the postseason? You want to make that bet again?
No. I actually might be right this time because I don't think they're going to make it this time.
So if you're confident that you're going to be right, let's make the bet again, Caputo. Unpopular opinion. Same question going your way, bro. Caputs know I love him. That's my guy, Caputis. Pop, same question going your way. When it comes to Rodon, what's your expectations tonight and for the rest of the season, brother?
I just expect Rodon to compete. I'm not expecting him to light it up, throw a perfect game, nothing like that. But if he keeps us in the game, be aggressive. Unlike Sevy, he was just he wouldn't throw anything inside. He wouldn't move anyone's feet. I want to see Rodon come out there with that big stick and show everyone why we got him. High fastballs in tight, make guys uncomfortable, and just compete. That's all I want to see. And to touch on Damien's point real quick, I think Sevy is also hiding an injury as well, and I don't think the Yankees know it. I think now they might know because they're going to push Sevy to tell them. But if Sevy hasn't said nothing this last 5 or 6 starts, that's extremely selfish. And I don't want players like that on this team where they're going to hide injuries. Because he wants a bag? Dude, we are here to win. And we're here to, imagine what big of bag you would get if we would actually win this World Series this year and you were the reason or part of that reason. So I don't know. It's frustrating that Sevy is going to go ahead, is hiding something and not saying anything.
And to just to touch on what you and Damien said before I throw it over to Jerry, this wouldn't be Luis Severino's first time hiding an injury from the Yankees. If you guys remember back in 2017, right, the year that the Astros were banging on the trash can that season, Luis Severino, for the first half of the season, him and Jacob deGrom, they were battling for the best pitcher in New York City. Him and Jacob deGrom both had ERAs that were below 2.20. Luis Severino was crushing it that first half of the season. Went into Houston. Houston knew he was throwing fastballs, knew he was throwing breaking pitches. They weren't swinging at the breaking pitches because they knew it was coming. He was overcompensating his fastball, blew out his shoulder, or he messed something up, and the rest of the season he was basura for the rest of that year. And at the end of the year, what came out, Pop? He was hiding an injury at the end of the season.
Yep.
And I always put everybody say, oh, you make a big deal about the Astros, the trash can situation, but look at how many people that situation or that year, it ruined their careers because they knew the fastball. Damian Pop, you guys don't know, if you know a fastball is coming, you're going to swing at the fastball. If you know a slider is coming off of the plate, you're not going to swing at it.
Why offer?
Why even offer? So what was Luis Severino doing? Trying to pump that fastball 100 miles per hour, 101 miles per hour. He hurt himself, and then he was compensating, which led to the rest of the season what it was. But, Jerry, I'm going to throw it over to you. Same question. When it comes to Carlos Rodon tonight, what's your expectations for him tonight and for the rest of the season?
Okay, I put him on a short leash, probably 75 pitches. I expect him to do well. If he doesn't, we're in serious trouble. We are in serious trouble the rest of the way because we can't go like this. We're not going to make the playoffs. Not at this rate. I'm sorry. And I agree with Damian and unpopular about Severino. He's being very selfish. There's an injury there, and he's not coming clean. It's a shame. It's a shame.
Definitely is. Damian, same question going your way. And I got Don Sicario backstage that I'm going to bring up momentarily. But Damian, going your way. Oh, Sunil, I see you're backstage, Sunil, but it's giving, refresh your stream, Sunil, because I don't know why it's saying that your device is not connecting. But refresh, and I'll bring you back up after Don Sicario. But go ahead, Damian. Same question going your way, brother.
I expect Rodon to be a dog. I expect Rodon to go out there and do Rodon things.
He gonna come into that DMX theme music, right?
Man, I'll tell you, I'll tell you what, he's gonna go out there, he's gonna be barking, he's gonna throw the heater, he's gonna make everybody uncomfortable. And best believe if the players behind him show what they did last night, he's getting in people's faces. He's the one that is not gonna take it. He won't. He's not gonna deal with it. He will get in your grill, camera off, camera doesn't matter. And he's gonna let you know that you messed up. So that's the one thing I love about Rodon. He's gonna keep it 100. He's gonna keep it honest. He's gonna be out there competing his ass off, and that's what and hopefully showing his compete shows the other guys on the team the same thing, how to compete, and hopefully they follow suit. But I expect them to do Rodon things, point blank, period.
Facts.
So I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah. We definitely need that tight. I think you brought it up earlier, Damian, when you first came in. If somebody behind Rodon messes up, I think Rodon will be that type of person to pull them to the side or call them out, whether that's on the field or in the dugout. He has that type of personality to call out players, and I'm all for it. Like you said, Damian, I believe he's a Rottweiler, he's a bulldog, and I think that's what this team needs. We need that energy. The last time we had someone that had the type of energy that Carlos Rodon brings to the field or that type of attitude was CC Sabathia.
Yep.
Let's be honest, that is the last time. And ever since CC Sabathia has left this team, we've lost that dog. We've lost that. CC Sabathia was probably the oldest and the slowest person on the team, but he was the first one out the dugout anytime benches was clearing. Point blank.
That's what they expected out of Donaldson. And Donaldson, he came in with that.
He got proven to be a fraud. He got proven to be a fraud.
Came up, and then he was nothing but what he is now. Straight up bum. And
he got proven to be a fraud. The catcher from Chicago called him out, and he just folded up. He folded up like a cupcake.
Yeah, he's a Chihuahua.
He's a Chihuahua. I'll bring up my guy Don Sicario in the building. Man, Mono, what it do, baby?
What up? Yo, you got me rolling in the back out here, son. Son, I agree with Damian 100%. I'm with him on that whole Rodon coming in and being that bulldog. You feel me? Like, and it's true. The last person we had that was CC, that he will be out there. You remember that game against the Rays where he gave up money just to send a message? Like, we don't have that anymore. We need that back. So, but man, listen. Thank you for having me on. You know, as much love always. Bro. Like with y'all always looking out for the little folks, and that means a lot to a lot of us that follow you guys' channel and whatnot. So salute. You feel me?
We all try to get the same thing, Don. We all trying to put the content out there. And you know, I started being a guest on someone's open panel, and that's why I've always said that for me, I'm always gonna have whatever type of show I do is always gonna be an open panel, because I believe in putting what was given to me back into the universe. I always believe that. I've been like that since day one.
Man, peace. That's what's up.
Yeah, but Don, same question going your way that I asked the panel. When it comes to Carlos Rodon tonight and the rest of the season, what's your expectations? I know you talked about what Damian said, but I want to get your thoughts on what do you expect for him for the rest of the year?
I mean, for today, his first game, I'm not gonna expect much. You know, he's gonna be he might be a little rusty and whatnot, but like everybody was saying, since he has that such bulldog mentality, I think regardless, he's gonna give us some innings. Even if they light him up a bit, I don't think he's gonna want them to take him out immediately unless something pops up. But I think with him in the rotation again and his attitude, I think it's gonna bolster everyone up. You know, Cole. Remember how Cole was with Houston when he had Verlander, bro? They were competing with one another. So when they announced that they got Rodon, a lot of us fans were excited about that just for that same reason. Like, yo, Cole needs another co-ace, and Rodon's an ace. You feel me? He's an ace. So with them two at the top of the rotation, they're gonna amp each other up. And with Rodon's attitude, we might need that because this team looks lifeless, bro. It looks. Last night's game, I finished that game, but I tell you what, I had a few beers in me. I'm not gonna lie. That game was tough. It was tough to watch. They all looked lifeless. Like, so I mean, I feel like if he comes in and he's healthy, I think he's gonna do good. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what his ERA will be by the end of the season, but I feel like he'll make a good impact on the team.
Keep us in the game.
Yeah, keep us in the game. TC, what's your thoughts on it? I want to bring up Sunil to the panel, but I want to get my guy TC thoughts on Carlos Rodon. What do you expect for him tonight for the rest of the season before I bring up Sunil, TC?
Yeah, I expect everything that you guys said. You know, Damian said, you know, he's going to be in their face if they make a mistake. You know, he's going to make them feel uncomfortable at the plate. I say 75 to 80 pitches. You know, that's the way Boone, you know, usually likes his starter pitchers. You know, he loves to bring in the bullpen, but hopefully he, you know, keeps us in the game. You know, keeps the runs down. Maybe it'll carry into the offense, and we'll see. You know, them feed off of his energy and give him a spark. I mean, that's what I see.
Yeah, no, 100%. Listen, we got 43 people that are in the building. If you guys can, smack that like button. And if this is your first time tuning in, also hit the subscribe button. It helps us out tremendously with everything. Smack at the like button like my brother Pete always says. And also make sure you guys tune in tonight. Game Season Live, NYY News TV. On top of that, Get Yanked will be coming back this 4 p.m. this Friday. Make sure you tune in NYY News TV. But I'm going to bring up my guy Sunil before we throw it around to the panel one more time. Sunil, Mr. Dick, how you doing?
Basura, mierda, ajera.
Everything.
In my language, you call it patti.
But Sunil, what's your expectations tonight for Carlos Rodon, and what do you think he's going to bring us for the rest of the season?
Not that look of apathy that Sevy had on the bench last night after he was pulled. He was just like sitting there like, okay, what's going on? Yeah. No, not shell-shocked. It's not somebody with half a brain and a little bit of emotion shows shell-shocked. That's not Sevy. He's mentally checked out. He's mentally checked out. He is a Latino Sonny Gray.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don, where's the God, where's that damn son outro
Damn,
now?
son.
After that,
Yeah, damn, son. Yeah. and needed that
yo,
one.
I wish I had half of Victor Mateto's, speaking skills, and basically tell people that, all right, ladies and gentlemen of the press, take out your frickin' etch a sketches and typewriters and pay attention.
Listen, when it comes to Luis Severino, I think we all can agree, like Damian and Unpopular Opinion and Don Sicario was saying, I think there's an injury there that he's not letting us know, because like Unpopular Opinion said, this is his walk year. He wants to try to get that bag and you look at his age, this is the last time he can get a big bag as a starting pitcher. If he gets a 3-year deal for not that much money and he becomes a free agent again, that window is going to close for him to get that big money. So he's going to try to get it. And I don't think I don't think it should come at the cost of the team when it comes to our victories and our standings in the wild card and our division. If you want to figure it out at the developmental level, figure it out in the minor leagues, because you're hurting us more than you're helping us right now when it comes to Luis Severino. And it's frustrating because we all saw this kid come up as a prospect. How many years were we hearing about Luis Severino? He's going to be the new Pedro Martinez. The Yankees got a flamethrower. We keep seeing him. We saw him in spring training. And then 2016 came. We saw little glimpses of him. 2017, that first half, we was excited. And then it's been injury afterwards, right? Ever since 2019, since now, I think he's only appeared in 20 games as a starting pitcher between 4 seasons. That's not good. That's not good as a starting pitcher, bro. But I'm gonna throw it over to Caputo. Then I'm gonna get Damian, Jerry, Unpopular, Dawn, and then Sunil before we close it out. Caputo, when it comes to the trade deadline, I already saw you in the chat. What do you think the Yankees should do? Should we be buyers or sellers at the trade deadline? Caputo, the floor is yours. And then throw it over to Damian, Jerry, then Pop.
They have to be sellers, dude. They can't be buyers. This team is a pile of shit.
Yo, tell us how you really feel, Caputo. Some us how you really feel.
Hold back, my
Caputo's
man.
the vibe right now. Caputo's the vibe right now. Real talk.
He really
Did
is.
you put some Rolaids and Tums in that coffee this morning?
That's exactly what it is, Sunil.
Telling the
But
truth.
go ahead, Caputo. Go ahead.
Yeah, they have to. Unless they're gonna buy a World Series in the trading deadline, sell everybody. Everybody. I mean, LeMahieu, Torres, Donaldson, Conifalef, Severino, even Rizzo. I would trade. That guy's another bum. This whole team is the only one is worth keeping is Judge. That's it, Judge. But he's hurt. And like I said, I still would try to make a push for Ohtani. If you want to get Juan Soto, the only reason why I'm against Juan Soto is I saw what he did last year with the Nationals and the Padres, and I mean, I know he's turning it around now. His average is going up, but I don't know how he's gonna. If he can't play well in San Diego and Washington, I don't know how he's gonna do here in New York.
He was 23 years old. Like,
I know
he's a kid.
but that doesn't mean it's because he's younger.
No, but if you look at his numbers before he was traded to San Diego, I think he had 15, 16 home runs before being traded, and I think for the rest of the season he had 7.
But they need more than Juan Soto. You need a third baseman, okay? You need a left fielder. You need a closer. You need a shortstop. I mean, they need so many things. This team, little potholes that need to be filled. This should have been done freaking years ago. They didn't do nothing in the offseason. They got one starting pitcher. Big deal. What did you do to improve the offense? Absolutely dick. Nothing. Did nothing to improve this team. This is what pisses me off with Cashman. He should have been fired, and that guy needs to be not walk the same ground. I mean, he has to just go. I wanted this guy freaking fired since 2003. He should have been gone. I don't know why he's still here. What's wrong with freaking Hal Steinbrenner? And he should just sell the team. I would just. That's it. I would freaking send a message. I would protest, and I would say if we don't get Shohei Ohtani, nobody's going to watch games no more. I'd hold a sign saying that if I was a Yankee fan.
Listen, you're speaking from the frustrations of all of our Yankee fans. We are all frustrated right now. Damian, I'm going to throw it over to you, then throw it over to Jerry, Pop, and then I want to get Don and then Sunil before we close it out. Damian, what do you think this team needs to do at the trade deadline? Buyers or sellers? Let me know. Go ahead, bro.
First of all, y'all remember back in the day, the Bo Biggie songs, the Mad Rapper, Tell Me Why You Mad? Caputo's a mad rapper. He reminds me of a mad rapper. So tell me why you mad.
Damn, son, like I was coming out.
What you need.
Oh man.
Damn, son.
Yeah.
Damn.
But I got more John Blaze than that, right? But seriously, we need to be a little bit of both, buyers and sellers. There's no reason why they can't do both. We could definitely sell off some pieces. If anybody wants to take a chance and say, you know what, we think we can fix Sevy, by all means, go ahead, take them. The Mets already said that they willing to take JD for Ian Hamilton. I don't know about Hamilton, but if you throw him Marinaccio and one other reliever, go ahead and do it. And then build the team from there. If you can get Soto, get Soto. But again, it boils down to one person only, Brian Cashman. And Cashman, I don't trust him. I think I don't trust Hound opening up the wallet and saying, you know what, if these moves will make us and put us over the top, I'll open up my wallet. I don't trust Cashman. I mean, How'll do that either. So it's a really sticky situation. It's tough. I mean, we are at a point where we have our strong suit is pitching, so we could, as far as our relievers go, because again, you got somebody like Loaisiga who's always hurt, but he's a trade chip. If you can use Loaisiga as a trade piece, use him. As good of an arm as he is, the guy's always hurt. Somebody will take a chance on him because that guy's electric. So we can be both, but it's up to if Cashman's gonna be aggressive. It's up to Cashman being creative, and I don't know if he will, if he can. I don't know if he's built for it.
Jerry and Pop, just hold on 1 second. I want to throw it over to Don Sicario because I know that he's driving right now, so I know his time may be limited. But Don Sicario, I want to throw it over to you, and then I'll bring back to Jerry, then Pop. But throw it over to you. What do you think the Yankees should do at the trade deadline? And I know if the Yankees get Juan Soto, me and you, we're going to both be outside of Yankee Stadium with the hookah and the Brugal, baby. Go ahead, Don.
Son, I'm gonna have a DR WBC jersey on, real talk. I'm gonna be out there. Plátano out. I'm gonna have the Plátano chain around my neck. All the great Plátanos.
Facts.
Yo, facts. No, but honestly, I agree with Damien. I think they should do both. You know what I'm saying? We have some guys we could get rid of that we can make up with some of the youngins in the minor league. I mean, so like I'm surprised we still have Donaldson, but you know how they are. They don't want to get. They're paying him a lot of money. They're paying him too much to not figure it out. Okay, say that about one of the guys in another team. I forgot what game was it. He's like, they're paying him too much to not give him a chance, and I feel that's the mentality they have with Josh Donaldson. But there's players we can give up. You know what I'm saying? We got to. I feel like low key, this has been a soft build, not a rebuild, but like a real soft one where they're just kind of. If you can kind of do that and get kind of add on and then just get rid of some of these older dudes, it's gonna help out because. In 2017, with all the baby bombers, everything was so fresh and was so exciting. This team doesn't look exciting. And we all knew this from the offseason, that when they didn't have nobody, we were like, yo, we know what's going to happen. I know a lot of fans keeping that faith in them, like you never know. But we know, we've seen this story before. Like, we've seen this happen before. But besides Juan Soto and Ohtani and the usuals, a while back I was tweeting about maybe a Milwaukee trade. And I know this sounds crazy, but a Yelich and a Burns, add them in. I know Yelich is heating up in the short porch. Any lefty in Yankee Stadium right now that could just put the bat on the ball. That's why I was saying, you guys were talking about Soto not doing well in San Diego. That stadium's not good for him. You put him in Yankee Stadium, Soto, he's just going to touch that ball, and that thing's going to go to the short porch. But, I mean, any lefty bat that can make at least some contact in New York is going to do good. So, I mean, I see it maybe if we can add a Burns, who's a solid starter. No, go ahead.
No. I was just gonna add on. When you look at the dimensions in San Diego, if he was a right-handed hitter, it'd be different because down the line on left field in San Diego is 320. It's like the opposite. It's reversed in Yankee Stadium. Down the line in right field in San Diego, it's 380 to right field. It's totally different. You put him in Yankee Stadium, like you said, Don, those numbers will go up dramatically.
Oh yeah,
facts.
Dramatically. But Jerry, same question going your way when it comes to the trade deadline. What do you think the Yankees should do? And I'm gonna just say this real quick. I think the Yankees should handle this trade deadline the same way we handled it in 2016. You remove this third wild card team away from us, we aren't going to the playoffs. We're in this exact same spot we was in 2016 when we traded Brian McCann, Aroldis Chapman, Andrew Miller, and Carlos Beltran. That's what we need to do at this trade deadline. Stop trying to make it as a wild card. Trade whatever veterans you can to get whatever you can and try to rebuild in the offseason. Go ahead, Jerry. What's your thoughts?
I say within 3 weeks, we're going to find out the situation with Judge, if he's going to be shut down. But I agree with Damian. Buy and sell. If we could get rid of Stanton in a Dodger uniform, maybe $118 million or whatever, take them off our hands. DFA, Josh Donaldson, and maybe DJ LeMay or La Machine. I think it's time for him to go now. He's aged. We have some old players, but we need a shot.
Broken.
We need a Soto, and I agree about maybe Yelich and Burns in that lineup would be a big help. Bellinger, another one.
Yeah,
we've got to do something. We've got to inject. We've got to inject penicillin in them because they're dying.
Jerry. Because this team looks stale. They look stale. It looks like it's 1924 and they caught the flu. This team looks stale, Jerry.
It does.
Wait, what did you say? Inject an Apple Pencil in them? What?
No, penicillin.
Unpopular opinion. Same question going your way, Pop. Let me know what you think, and then I'm gonna give it up to Sunil to close this out. Go ahead, Pop.
So if I was the GM for a day, August 1st, first thing I'm doing is open up my entire roster to all 29 teams and say, tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. And then from there, I'm rebuilding this roster. One, we need to inject youth. I understand Brian Cashman is afraid of letting rookies take the keys, and he prefers veterans, but it has not worked since 2009. I don't care what he says. We had a good window in 17 and 18 because we had some youth here. We were playing well. We had some young guys that had brought in the energy, and it was a good mix of veterans and rookies. We need to stop with that mentality, and honestly, we're gonna buy and sell. We have to get rid of a lot of these contracts that are expiring and just allow these kids to take these 2 to 3 months to work on things. Because who knows? We can get into the wild card and say a Peraza, a Wells, whoever else that they want to give a chance can get hot. You never know what can happen. The playoffs is a crapshoot. These young guys can get hot. Volpe get hot. You never know. We can have a Jeremy Pena situation.
Facts. I can't disagree with you. And big shout out to my guys, Big Blue in the box, Alex and Luca. They said Soto has 4 to 6 years of his career that he has more walks than strikeouts. He does more than hit home runs. He brings respect to the lineup. Absolutely agree with you on that one. Absolutely agree.
And
Sunil, definitely. Sunil, the floor is yours, my brother. What's your thoughts? What do you think the Yankees should do at the trade deadline before we close it out, Papa? Go ahead, bro.
So are you guys sitting down? Because if you aren't, you may want to right now.
Let me grab my water. Let me grab my water for this one.
Listen to my definition of sell, because it's definitely not selling players individually, pick and choose like many of you have said. I would say, dear Steinbrenner, sell the fucking team. And I'll give you one example that proves what I'm about to say. The 2010 Texas Rangers had their ownership group approved right around the trade deadline. What happened that year? Yeah, they didn't win it. But they went.
Hey,
It'll never happen.
If anybody knows about Texas, it definitely is Sunil. But I don't think the Steinbrenners would ever in their life. So,
he's making too much money.
Yeah.
And this leads to my second point. I'm sorry to interrupt you guys, but
no, it's fine. You go ahead, make your point, and I want to throw the unpopular opinion because I saw his hand go up. I want to get his thoughts on it. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you talk about boycotting and hitting them in the pocketbook. You think that the amount of corporate sponsorships they've got is not going to basically overcome and overshadow the lack of the common fan presence that's there? it's probably going to go up. They're still going to get their money. They don't give a shit. This is an ownership
That's why
group
they act
that's
the way they do.
totally They're totally apathetic to the common Tom, Dick, and Harry like us.
That's the point.
And if Yankee fans don't buy tickets to go to the stadium, they'll give those tickets to the corporate sponsors, so the corporate sponsors could give it to their workers to go to the game for free. Like I've told you guys at the beginning of the year, it was me, my girl, Celso, and Phil Porter. We all went to Yankee Stadium to the out. We was in the Audi suites, the corporate box, because my girlfriend's mom, she has tickets from a job. We were there. All of the seats were empty because all those corporate guys, they weren't watching the game. They were at the bar, hanging out, drinking, talking about work. That's what they weren't paying attention to the game. So if the Yankees want to have fans that don't care about the game and don't want to pay attention, copy. They can have that. Pop, I want to throw it over to you before we close it out, brother. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say, be careful what you wish for about how Steinbrenner is selling his team. 95% of the owners that come in that just purchased a team, they're not looking to do what the owner Steve Coleman did with the Mets. They're looking to break it down, sell everything, find out how much profit margin they then have, and then set a payroll budget. So most ownership groups that are going to come in, they're not going to spend like hell spending. So you can wish to sell the team. I'm telling you, this team is going to be turning into a Marlins, Tampa. They're gonna watch their pockets a lot more than hell is.
They just need to spend it in the right place.
And when it comes to the Steinbrenners, they're going to pass this. It's going to be the generation after us that's going to be taking over this team. The nieces, the nephews, they're already working inside the Yankees organization. So this is going to be a family-run business from years on out.
Three simple words.
Hold on one second. Sunil, I'm gonna throw it over to you. Say what you got to say, and then throw it over to Damien before we get out of here.
3 simple words to address unpopular opinions. Comment there, and it's a valid one. We need a Jeter, Caputo, and a Cadil ownership group.
There you go. We need Derek Jeter, we need Michael Caputo, and we need the Cadil family running this team. Damien, last thought before we get out of here. I saw my guy Don Sicario dip out. Don, man, Mano, I appreciate you like always. Go ahead, Damien.
I will say this: it's not the money it's not the problem that the money's not being spent. It is the philosophy. In our championship years, there was Tino Martinez was our leading home run hitter. Had 28 home runs. All right. Then Cashman came in, changed the entire philosophy, wanted home run or bust, and this is where we're at right now.
Yeah.
I want to give a real big shout out to Ryan Ruocco. Last night he was on Talking Yanks, and he's the first company guy to finally come out and call them out. He called them out on the philosophy. He called them out on what they've done as far as drafting, player development, you name it. Ruocco came out and said it. I was shocked, but shout out to Ruocco. Somebody finally behind the company came out and said something. So Ruocco, shout out to you.
Facts.
Yeah, I'm telling you, huge. And for him to do that, so many props, because Michael K was on with Joe Sherman. Joe Sherman destroyed Cashman, just destroyed him. And K couldn't say a word. First time I ever heard K with his mouth shut. K couldn't say a word because K and Sherman goes so far back. So he knew if I say a word on this and I try to back up what they've done, then now I'm crossing my friend's line and on as far as Sherman goes. So he kept his mouth shut, which was a big to do for me as well, because we all know the problem is Cashman. The philosophy is the problem. Because again, dynasty years, 28 home runs. Tino was the leading home run. Everybody was base hits, doubles, what we see now. So we changed it. It wasn't broke. We fixed it, and there was no reason to fix it because it wasn't broke.
Facts. No, 100%. And it's easy for Michael K. when someone calls his radio show to easily, when they talk about Brian Cashman, it's easy for him to dunk on him. But when you're talking to Joe Sherman, who's been in the industry, who knows the track record of Brian Cashman, you can't outsmart someone who's smarter than you when it comes to Joe Sherman and Michael K. Right. So it's easy to get away with that when either me call or TC call or you call to his show, because he can easily speedboat us and just talk over us. But against Joe Sherman, he can't do that at Joe Sherman. So that's a great point, Damien.
I hope Ruocco actually dunked on the whole idea of firing Girardi and bringing in Boone as part of the Cashman philosophy.
Ruco. I think Hal Steinberg already threw him in the Hudson River. He's sleeping in the river right now. TC,
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
TC, any last words before we get out of here, TC, my brother?
Yeah, let's get the negativity out. Let's look forward to this Rodon game.
Yes,
you know, let's see if pitch a nice, 7-8 innings, no runs. Let's just get the offense rolling again, and maybe it's a step in the right direction. Pieces will fall where they may, and we get Juan Soto, where we get Judge back. Let's just get the positivity rolling. Don't worry about yesterday. Let's go. And don't forget to get your tickets September 23rd. And then the after party right here at the Sucker Punch. Be there.
Yeah, it's going to be a party.
I just want to say thank you.
Yeah.
Of course, Damien. Listen, I make sure that this panel, this open panel, is for Yankee fans to come up, lay out their frustrations. I've known Michael Caputo for over a year. I love to joke around with my guy. I appreciate all of you guys, all the support that you guys show for this channel and for this show. But most importantly, people got to understand, this show wouldn't be what it is without the fans. Without you guys coming on the open panel, this show wouldn't be what it is right now. We are baby stepping, growing, but I appreciate all you guys for constantly coming up on Fridays, constantly being in the chat. I definitely appreciate you guys. But Caputo, you haven't been here for a while. I want you to close us out real quick. Unpopular opinion. If you could just stay real quick, Pop, because I want to talk to you after the show is over. So Caputo, close us out before I put out the outro.
Yeah, looking forward to Rodon pitching. I hope he is great in his debut. But this offense, they couldn't hit a beach ball. So I think it's going to be the same thing with the offense. And I don't know if I think we'll win the series against the Cubs, but it's going to be the same
story. Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, tell us how you really feel, Capu. But go ahead, Capu. Yeah, go ahead, Capu.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, he'll pitch good, and then they're not going to score, and they're probably going to lose. Aaron Boone will take Rodon out of the 5th inning and the 6th inning because of a pitch count. Because he's got I don't even know, is Rodon going to be on a pitch limit? Since he's most likely going to. He's most like you could probably expect 75 to 80 pitches from Carlos Rodon. You can expect he'll be out probably like 5th inning, 6th inning the most. But that's it. They lost. Game over.
Yeah. Listen, Capu, appreciate you like always, Caputo. Everybody knows it's an open door policy anytime for the open panel. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Like always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and from me and TC, we always say deuces. Peace.